At the great risk of potentially drawing the ire out of every Windows 10 shill present worldwide, we are going to have a video about Windows 10. But it's not about good things in Windows 10, and it's not even really about bad things in Windows 10, although it kind of is. It is about the error messages and the associated helpful descriptions that show up in the Windows Event Viewer, which I think is supposed to be roughly similar to the syslog facility in Linux operating systems. So, what we are running right now is actually Windows 10 Insider Preview Evaluation Copy build 14379. I would also like to point out, for the sake of completeness, that as of today, Insider Preview 14383 is apparently now installing, even though I didn't ask it to do that, but wonderful automatic installation of updates in Windows 10. Hopefully it's actually going to work. I have no idea on that. It'll probably reboot halfway through the video now. So let's get to the point. So what do we got here? Now the first thing popped up here is something about app model runtime. I have no idea what that is supposed to mean, but let's go ahead and read the description. Failed with 0x490 modifying app model runtime status for package Microsoft.ZoomMusic. Whole bunch of other crap for user me, and some current status and desired status things. Okay. So that alone is not really all that interesting. So let's go down a bit. We've got one for Windows alarms. Cryptographic services failed while processing the onIdentity call in system writer object. Unable to back up image of binary Microsoft link layer discovery protocol. Okay, access denied. A DCOM error. So a couple of messages about how it could not establish connection upon booting up, I guess. Some issues with the task misconfiguration. Okay, whatever. Some more device setup manager stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Some more task scheduler stuff. A driver failure, it looks like. Maybe it's a device that isn't installed. Probably a keyboard that I've unplugged, if I had to guess. Activation of app Microsoft.Windows.Content Delivery Manager _ some random crap there / app failed with error. The app didn't start. See the Microsoft Windows Twin UI operational log for additional information. Another DCOM message. App model runtime. All of this is for applications I've never used, mind you. Oh, here's a good one. Activation of app Microsoft.Windows Maps. Some random gibberish. Failed with error. This app does not support the contract specified or is not installed. What the hell is that supposed to mean? I understand the is not installed bit, because it's possible that this app is not installed. But what in the blue hell is does not support the contract specified supposed to mean? Is that supposed to mean that it doesn't support 64-bit? Or that there's a 64-bit compatibility issue? Let's go ahead and take a look at the some information regarding this particular system. I'll bring up the control panel here. Mostly so I can verify that this actually is what I think it is. Yes, we have got an x64-based processor running a 64-bit operating system. So that, of course, is absolutely not a problem at all. Unless it's decided that somehow now it's going to make it a problem. So I don't know what the hell this app does not support the contract specified is supposed to mean, but that's pretty useless. What else have we got in here? Failure about, installation failure. Failed to install this update. Windows 10 Insider Previews. That's been kicking around for 2 days. And it hasn't installed yet. Automatic updates, eh? Awesome. Another thing for ZoomMusic. Desktop app installer. Another DCOM thing. Okay, there's a bunch of crap from the device setup manager about cannot connect to this, that, or the other thing too, even though the system has had internet connection the entire time. Kernel plug and play. Here's the keyboard driver failure again. Windows Store error. Awesome. Love the reliability here. Okay, where is all of the interesting error messages? Here's some DNS client errors. Although, once again, the system has been connected to the internet the whole time. Apparently that app was cancelled by the user. Oh, here's another good one. Hardware Abstraction Layer reported that the platform firmware has corrupted memory across the previous system power transition. Please check for updated firmware for your system. I'm here to report to you that this system does not have UEFI, and this camera won't focus. No UEFI, it's got a standard BIOS, and the BIOS has been updated to its most recent version. This is a Compaq Presario A900, so it's got a generic HP Compaq BIOS that I believe was supplied by Phoenix. And never had problems with this kind of stuff before I installed Windows 10. But even at that, because it's the hardware abstraction layer, I've got a feeling that the real error has got nothing to do with the BIOS. It's got something to do with the design of the hardware abstraction layer and the stability of the hardware abstraction layer. Go Team Microsoft. Alright, let's continue on. And let's get some focus, please. More app model runtime errors that nobody cares about. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know why you're trying to... There's a lot of those. There's another message about how the app does not support the contract specified. Not sure what that's supposed to mean. Decom message. Looks like a bunch of gibberish, but I'd imagine it's keys for things and whatever. Decom's been around for a while anyways, so... Wow, there's an awful lot of app model runtime errors. Another decom. Right, here is an ESENT error. Service host flush map file will be deleted. Reason read HDR failed. Alright. Oh, we've got a bunch of text with that one. Wireless keyboard filter. What the hell? I've never installed a wireless keyboard on this system. I had a wired keyboard and a wireless mouse. I still have the mouse. Service control manager. The branch cache service terminated with the following service-specific error. The program is blocked by group policy. Okay. This computer is configured as a work group, as a member of a work group, not as a member of a domain. The NetLogon service does not need to run in this configuration. And why is that an error level message? That should be information, not an error. It's not an error at all. This might be good. WMI reports a provider, DSC Core providers, have been registered in the Windows Management Instrumentation namespace root Microsoft Windows desired state configuration to use the local system account. This account is privileged, and the provider may cause a security violation if it does not correctly impersonate user requests. That is a very interesting message. And oh look, now it's prompting me to install that update. I don't care, so get out of my face. What's this say? Event provider DSC Core attempted to register query, some SQL, whose target class, blah blah blah, namespace does not exist. The query will be ignored. Something about an event target class not being an event. That's another of the same message. Okay, these WMI things are not all that interesting. Alright. Is there anything else in here that's not WMI? Okay, here's some more privileged account things. The WinRM service cannot migrate the listener with address star and transport HTTP. A listener that has the same address and transport configuration already exists. So, apparently an address asterisk is already taken. Is that a valid address? Doesn't look like it to me. So, that's a fail. Something about an MSDTC client 2, about failing to try and get state of cluster node. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Cluster node blank. Good quality control. MSDTC encountered an error while attempting to establish a secure connection with system this computer. Good job. More MSDTC errors. Nobody cares about those. A print service error for some reason. I don't know what that's supposed to mean because I don't have a printer hooked up to this computer. We've got something. What is that? Device manager push row something. It gets cut off. DMWAP push service failed to register WNF with event aggregator for WAP messages received by SMS router. And what the F is that supposed to mean? It seems to me that the design of these is meant only for top-level system engineer. I have never seen half of these error messages in event logs on systems other than this one. So I don't know what they were doing, but they changed something in Windows 10 that makes these messages much less useful. The network list service terminated with the following error. The device is not ready. User profile error. Session circular kernel context logger stopped due to the following error. What is a circular kernel context logger? Sounds like something in Linux, although I know that it's definitely in Windows 10 because it's reporting the error here. But that really just sounds like a piece of Linux. Not something that should be in Windows, which is designed to be user-friendly. So yeah, you know all those people that are complaining about Linux that do have every right to complain about Linux because it is very un-user-friendly. Well, it looks like Windows 10 is following the same route. Awesome, right? I think so. Maximum file size has been reached for circular kernel context logger. A bits error, which probably explains why that update didn't install. More app model runtime stuff, service control manager, application error, brandhelper.exe. I don't know what that is. It sounds like malware, but I've done scans and hasn't found any malware, so I don't know what that's all about. Session SCE setup failed to start. There's another thing about this. Session autologger diag track listener. Woohoo for spying. Make it blatantly obvious in the event log. How about that? Sounds good. So I think we all get the point now. So in summary, this is what I think of the quality of the Windows 10 error messages.